When it comes to movies, often romantic comedies dominate the box office. So today I'm going to show you a few camera shots they use to get that perfect look. First, we need our two characters in our film to meet, often called a meet cute. Most of the time, the couple meets in a random yet sweet way. So our romantic couple have met. Time for them to fall in love. So how do you portray love through the type of shots you are using? Slow-mo. On your camera, look for the slow-mo function, creating a dreamy pace, as if your heart has skipped a beat. Follow this with a close-up of the other character looking like they have stars in their eyes. And without even saying a word, the audience knows there is love on the cards. Location, location, location. Film a romantic movie in a romantic location. Who can resist a love song? And the right song will really lift your romantic scene. Grab your camera, guys, because you are now ready to film your own romantic comedy. With the funny stuff instead of the kissing stuff.
Hi, my name is Kat and I'm a nail artist. Nail art isn't just limited to cute and beautiful designs. Just like a dress-up costume, they can transform. To create a creepy-looking eyeball, you'll need red, black, blue and white nail polish, some cotton pads, nail polish remover, a dotting tool, some foil, thin nail art brush, base coat and a top coat, and I'm using a hand model. This is Monique. First, I'll be wiping down the nail with a cotton pad and some nail polish remover. Then apply a base coat to protect the nail. Once that's dry, apply white polish to the whole nail. You'll need two coats so that you can't see the natural nail underneath. For the eye's pupil, use a thin brush and dip it into the blue polish, and paint a circle in the middle of the nail. Make sure you clean your brush before dipping into the next colour. This will give you cleaner lines and prevent the colours from mixing. Using the red paint, we're going to paint the veins. Create several squiggly white shapes. Next, blob some black paint onto the foil and dip your dotting tool into the black paint. And put a black dot into the center of the blue circle. This is the pupil. This looks good as it is, but I'm going to add 2 more white spots for more detail. And finish it off with a top coat. I don't know about you, but I see how freaky this is.
Hi, my name's Christian Wagstaff and I'm an installation artist. Well, my collaborator Keith, Courtney and I produced this House of Mirrors mirror maze for Sydney Festival, which is about to travel around the world. Installation art is the concept that's assembled and it's usually a large scale. But having said that, you know, we like the fact that this is sort of breaking the rules a bit because it's a bit architectural as well and it's an attraction. So this is based on an amusement that you would see from the old days. Keith and I grew up near Luna Park in St Kilda, and both of us have this fascination for old amusement parks. Keith and I went to Copenhagen and dropped into the Tivoli Gardens, which is the oldest amusement park in the world. And when we went there, the penny dropped in our mind. We'd spoken about doing a mirror maze somewhere, and we both decided, yeah, that was right. We really wanted to do it and see how it affects people. When you mention the idea of a mirror maze to people of any age, their eyes light up because they've either never been in one and want to go in one, or they may have been in one when they were a child and they remember going through one. They still fascinate people. There's this extraordinary optical illusion. So normally when you look at a mirror, it's just a practical thing during the day, but the way that we've arranged them here, as you can see, they're all on certain angles that really trick people.
Mirrors. Okay, now I kind of think I might be going around in circles.
It's good to walk through a concept that's not digital, it's actually just pure optics, and I think a lot of kids haven't seen something like this in their life. So what we want is everyone to enjoy it and come out with a wonderful, slightly confusing memory.
I'm actually lost, I'm not gonna lie.
And you know what? Kids get through this maze in half the time compared to adults. So there's something about you kids that's very smart. You're unaffected and a bit more brave than the adults, and you get from the entrance to the exit very quickly, and the adults, you leave them behind.
Honestly.
The House of Mirrors doesn't have a roof on it, and we deliberately did that so it brought on the ambience of where it was placed. So, for example, here in Sydney, it has this extraordinary way of reflecting the monuments with the Centrepoint Tower and St Mary's Church and the trees in Hyde Park. It's incredible how it just brings on the landscape that's surrounding it. We built it in 12 weeks. The pre-production was quite intense. There's always hiccups in a project like this, but if you're methodical and careful and you think everything through and you always ask questions, you know, we've got engineers involved, people that are experienced in optics, etc., and then you test it. So what we do is we build little maquettes or models, and we have a look at how that affects the optics, and then we built a full-scale model in our workshop, and we'd have a courier deliver something to the front door and we'd push them into the maze just to see randomly how that would affect someone. And every time we had someone in the model, they were really overwhelmed by it. So we knew we were doing the right thing. I think a good artwork has to have an effect on you somehow, whether you love it or hate it. A lot of art is hated by a lot of people, and I think that's actually a good thing. I don't think people have to over-analyse it too much. I think some of the simple concepts or simple ideas are quite beautiful, but they have to make you react somehow, and I think it's impossible to not react to art in some way, shape or form. What inspires me to make this kind of art? I go to exhibitions all the time. I do like to see what else is going on. I try and get overseas at least once a year and look at major art galleries, small galleries. The National Gallery of Victoria is a beautiful place, and I visit there, I reckon, every 2 weeks. And I've been going there since I was a kid. My father was a photographer and a cinematographer, and I was attracted to very creative people as a kid. You don't have to study art necessarily in primary school to end up where I am now. I've got a few sort of strings to my bow. I'm a creative director as well. You know, I'm a logistics person. We run a business, and me being an artist is more a recent thing. So I'm 46 and it's taken me 46 years, but I've done it. The best advice I could give anybody who wants to do something like this is just do it. Be very proactive, read a lot, pull lots of resources together and do it yourself. Don't rely on other people to do it for you. Don't expect it to happen overnight. Really give it, it could take 20 years, but just keep doing it and be prolific. Keep outputting ideas, draw, cut fabric, sew things, assemble things in timber, paint. Have a go at all of it, because eventually what will happen is one of those things will land and they will become a concept and people will love it. I'd like to guess where art will be in 50 years. I don't think it's possible where I'd like it to be. I think art can be overcomplicated. The simpler it is and more emotional, the better for me.
My name is Corynne, and this is my green dream treehouse that I made for my school project. We had to use recycled materials and it had to be environmentally friendly. So I put solar panels for electricity and a wind turbine, solar water heating for the swimming pool. Each room can turn to track the sun and the wind. I have made a floor plan in there and I got an app which allows me to look at it in 3D. This whole project was made from 90% recycled materials.
Skateboard art has been around since the skateboard was invented. Now, according to some, having an original and unique design is just as important as the wheels on the skateboard itself. What you're going to need is a skateboard, masking tape, some paints, scissors, a roller brush, and some cardboard to roll your paint onto. Now, I've already primed my skateboard with some white paint. If you have a design that you want to replace, just do the same. So once it's dry, we're going to section off the skateboard into a few sections. So grab your masking tape, and we'll just start pressing down some diagonal lines, cut a bit of the masking tape, press down and just continue that line onto the other side. So make sure it lines up with that first piece, press down. Go and do the same line, just a little bit down, because I'm dividing the skateboard into 4 sections. So my idea for this skateboard is to section off into 4 different parts, with diagonal lines going in alternate directions. So with the strips, I'm just spacing them out, roughly the same width as the masking tape. Now the masking tape acts like a stencil, so I paint over it, it protects the skateboard, and then peel it off, it can reveal the pattern. We're going to repeat, like the first section there, those lines going in the opposite way. Okay, we're good to go. Select your first colour. I'm going to go with red. Just get your roller brush. And keep rolling until the entire sponge is completely covered. And paint straight onto the skateboard. I'm doing each section a different colour. This is going really messy. Now just for the last colour. I just realised I don't know how to skate. Once complete, leave it to dry overnight. And when it's dry, just peel off the masking tape. Start with the metal pieces first. Then peel off the masking tape on the actual board to reveal your design. Now grab your helmet, find some tracks and ramps, and go skating.
Got an old pillow lying around your house and want to change it up? Well, here's what you'll need. Pillowcase, felt, fabric marker, a jar lid, scissors and a hot glue gun. Remember that the hot glue gun's going to heat up quite fast, so remember to have an adult around. We're now going to cut our circles for the felt pillow. Grab your fabric marker and your jar lid and your felt. And we're going to trace around the jar lid. We want about 20 of each. We're now going to cut out our circles. And I've used a fabric pen because it disappears quickly after I've used it. There's my first one. Now I just need to keep repeating this step. Okay, I've now got my 4 colours and we're going to repeat this 20 times for each colour. Now we've finished cutting our last one. Now we're going to stick these onto our pillow. You can glue your circles straight onto this, but I prefer to take out the stuffing because it's easier to stick on then. Today, I'm going to be doing my colours from dark to light, but you can do whatever pattern you'd like. We're going to grab our hot glue gun. And remember with the hot glue gun, you only have to use a little bit and it dries fast. We're now going to overlap each circle over each other, just like that. And on the outer edge of the borders, we want to overlap our circles a little bit as well. Just glued on my last circle. I'm really happy with that. We're now going to insert the stuffing back into the pillow. As you can see, the pattern's starting to pop up as all the stuffing is going in. If any of your felt pieces start to fall off, just top them up with a little bit of glue. And if your glue starts to run out, just put another stick in. Okay, all done. I'm really happy with this. And remember, you can experiment with lots of different colours. Here's one I made the other day.